I'm in the western tunnels. And let me explain you a little bit. This is the city of Jerusalem without the houses. And this is the Holy of the Holy for the Jews. Right here, King Solomon will build the first temple, but the second temple that we already know will be built by King Herod. All right. This is kind of a model of his temple. We are here somewhere. See the bridge that the very important people like priests could enter straight to the temple, and the aqueduct brought water into the temple came here. This is the Holy of the Holy. That is the most important side. This is the house of God. The story of Abraham and Isaac was there. Adam and Eve. There's so many stories about it. And this is the Western Wall of today. Then today you can visit that area, but you cannot visit that area because it's a Muslim place. Let me see if I can actually. All right. That is the Muslim place. Then in that case, you cannot walk through here, and today it's the Dome of the Rock instead of the Jewish temple. Then the Western Wall tunnel will take you beneath the Muslim quarter through the end of the Western Wall. The plaza is only that part. And as you can see, we are under the bridge. There's a beautiful synagogue. I love it. If they will let me enter for just a moment, I will show you something so beautiful. Look how beautiful it is. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But we're heading to the Western Wall.
How difficult it is to guide in this location. What do I mean? If you're here in year 200.
Well, we reached a giant stone, and this is the biggest stone ever in the Western Wall and one of the biggest in the world. Then this is the stone itself. We will talk about what's happened here later on, but I wanted to see how big it is. It's around 30 meters square. Start right here, all the way to there. It's not the end, it's not the end, not yet, not yet, not yet, right there. And it was quite high, something like 5 meters high and 2 meters deep. It's important to understand that the Romans later on used it as a water system. And you can see the plaster here, and you can see how they blocked it. That's why they have holes over here to preserve the water. Why they built it, we are not sure. Maybe to stabilize the Western Wall, the temple. Because King Herod didn't use, look at the beautiful stones of his, he didn't use cement. There's a gap between each stone of 2 centimeters. Amazing, isn't it? The Muslim quarter is beneath us. Now there are 4 gates to the Western Wall. 2 of them are upper gates, Wilson and Robinson. But one gate, which is that one, is the most important one because it's very close to the Holy of the Holy, the Jewish temple. Something like 80 meters, 2,400 feet. That's it. It used to be a synagogue. It's called the cave. Oh, sorry. I must tell you one secret. I think we, somewhere in the history, but not the far history, try to excavate through the Holy of the Holy, maybe to find the treasures of the temple, but the Muslims found it and we stopped doing it. Next to the gate, which is the closest place to the gate, there are some women who prays here from 3 a.m. until I think midnight, and this is the closest place to the Holy of the Holy. We just left the Holy of the Holy area, and you can see the western wall. That part was used as a water system. You can see the plaster on the wall and the bucket holes. But what is important, what is beautiful to see, that there's more of the western wall. You can see a little bit of the water there as well. Now we'll go through the tunnel, and to the right of us you will see the western wall. And soon you will see something very special. I'll walk as slowly as I can because I want you to feel like you are the only one here. I'm doing that tour to the Adel family. The tour guide wants everyone to understand that he knows everything, which he knows. But too much information is too much information, if you know what I mean. For me, the idea that I can touch stones from the time of King Herod, that only from the 80s you can actually touch it, and to think that people actually walked here for so many years and entered the temple 3 times a year, and if you're a Christian, Jesus did it too. It's important. You can see the gap of the 2 centimeters and the frame of every stone. Now, this is an example for the destruction of the temple at 70 AD by the Romans. They started to destroy the temple, but without a success. Without a success, maybe because King Herod knew how to build that. Then in that matter, that most of the walls of the temple were actually survived. I mean, if you are going to the temple, to the Kotel, to the Western Wall, you know that you can actually pray next to the temple that King Herod built. And for the one who will say, oh, it's a Roman fortress, you are saying it because of, as I see, 2 reasons. You don't know history, and I'm not sure that you like the Jews as well. But this is the fortress. This is not a fortress, this is the temple. The fortress was next to it, and we will reach it at the end of the tour. Soon you will see the bedrock of the temple and a street from the time of King Herod. And another water system. Water is something that you must have because there's not a lot of spring. There's actually 1 spring in Jerusalem. And at the Muslim time, most of the Muslim time, the aqueduct didn't function. This is the medieval system from the 14th century. And again, it's for the house above us. Every house, until I think the British came, had his own water system. Without it, he won't survive. You need water to survive. And from that part, you can see the bedrock itself. Look at the lower part, bedrock, and the kotel that was built on top of it. Let them go. It's the 2-way road. 2-way tunnel. Soon you're going to reach to a lovely place that I want you to see. Then don't go away. Meanwhile, please subscribe to my channel. Be part of my family.
Here. here is carved, look like the stones, and here are regular.
That's the end of the tunnel, and remember you saw the bedrock. Then let's turn around, and you can see the street from second temple down. Let me touch it for you. 1, 2, 3 columns, and the bedrock, and the stones above. Wait a minute. Now let's talk about it. Remember the two upper bridges or entrance. That's a Robinson. That's the second one, Wilson, and that's Holy of the Holy. Then that is the entrance that is close to the temple. Remember the cave, and then we started to climb up, and you see the bedrock. All right, we are somewhere here, very close to the Antonia. This is the Antonia. This is the fortress that King Herod built to control everything that actually happening in the temple. Above us, it's the Mamluk Muslim time that, thanks God, built their Muslim quarter on top of the foundations, and on top of that place. Then we can actually walk now without any fear, without any problem, and we can see every part of the temple. Soon you will see something else from earlier than that, from the Hashmonite time. That don't go away, stay with me. Well, I'm not sure that I will be able to take you there because it's Passover, then it's not a full tour. But you must understand that there's no end to that street. But maybe it's because King Herod died.
If he is out, we would come back. The Crusaders were defeated in 1187.
What we could see at the end, and you can actually watch it in my previous videos, is a pool, water system from the time of the Hashmonite, 2nd century BC. That is 1st century AD, 1st century BC. It's actually BC in AD, 1st century BC AD. That one is from 2nd century BC. And just to show you the quarry, actually they stopped the work because he died. He died, no money, no payment, then all right, we are going back. We're not doing things. Later on, his children continue to build the temple.
Which children?
Of Agrippa's grandchildren.
Herod.
Yeah, no, Herod, yeah. But I'm talking about the others.
Oh, okay.
Then I want to show you a beautiful thing that they don't see. And we are going out through the Muslim quarter and back to the Western Mall. Don't worry, Alana, you are going to be there. Smile like we are the only one now. What you are now walking through is an aqueduct from the Hashmonite time for the Maccabees.
Okay, so let me ask this stupid question. Where was I when we walked?
Then that was built before the temple, before King Herod built the temple, my friends. Look how beautiful it is. And we are the only one here. Look at me, let me take a picture of you. The only one here. Let's continue.
Okay.
This is, I think, the fun part of the tour. And
So this is bedrock.
yeah. Most of it is the bedrock.
Okay.
It was curved in the bedrock.
See, this doesn't look like, I guess it's.
The stone is wet. Well, it's raining. Yeah. And all the ducks are made to collect the rain. I don't know, this feels more ancient.
It is more ancient. It's 2nd century BC. Maccabees, before King Herod. The temple was smaller, as Shmuel told you. It was smaller than the temple of King Herod because King Herod wanted to impress the people.
Right. You can touch what rock that just keep walking. Yeah, it is very Lorraine Tavern.
Watch your head, please.
That's why these are here.
Look at the pools.
I believe this is what we call the don't drop your phone.
Yes, yes. Why not? Why not? But guys, this is like million years ago. And remember, every drop of water is important, and the Hashmonite built it for that, and it still exists. Let me go there.
These fish are descendants.
I'm sure that someone bought a fish and brought it. Yes.
I don't think all fish are natural.
Yeah.
What?
I really, really strongly don't think that there would only be like 5 fish in here if it was like generation descendants from 2nd BC.
Well, you never know.
Now, remember Adrian? That I'm blaming him because he changed the name of Jerusalem to Aliyah Capitolina, and the name of the Jewish state of Israel into Palestine. Jewish state of Israel, not the Arab. And I want you to understand it. For me, it's so important because people believe that Palestine, it's an Arabic name. No, Palestine, they cannot say Pa. They're supposed to say Palestine. Then it's not a name that was given to the Arabs.
Okay.
It's the second name of Israel from 2nd century until now. I'm a Palestinian child. My mother was born in Palestine. Adrian actually found that water system and kept it.
Okay.
Then in that case, it's 2nd century AD. We started from the Hashmonite, 2nd century BC. King Herod, and then Adrian. Then let's go outside and let's see if we can go outside. Yeah, cold fish.
Stagnant or is it floating in and out?
Ooh. We're supposed to go outside, straight to the Via Dolorosa. Yeah, it's
spiders in here.
ah. Yeah, it is. Woo! Shalom. פחדתי שיהיה סגור. Back to earth. This is the first and the second station of the Via Dolorosa for Bethlehem. But for me, what is important is that building. King Herod built a fortress attached the temple because he wanted to see what's happening in the temple. Too many people, lots of problems. Then in that case, that was the Antonia. Today, it's a Muslim elementary school. But, again, hello brother. This is the Via Dolorosa. That's where, according to the Catholic, that's where Jesus was judged by Pontius Pilate. And he walked with his. Then, Adele family. Yoo-hoo! You do have another video on YouTube. All right, but guess what? Surprise! Herod is taking us to see the Antonia, and there is something special that I want you to see.
Via Dolorosa, it's a tradition since the Crusaders. Why the Crusader decided that this is the beginning of Via Dolorosa? Because of the view that you could see from this building. This building today, it's a school, so it's an Arabic school.
We're entering the school. Can I? Thank you. Herod, ta-ta-ta. Herod, ta-ta-ta.
So we entrance a building which is 800 years old. For us in Jerusalem, it's brand new.
Yeah, it's like yesterday. It was built yesterday. 800 years ago, this is nothing. But
During the day, there is almost 1,200 kids in this building, so it's very noisy. Okay?
It schools out?
It schools out, yes.
and we cannot enter.
Right, I was gonna say, I don't think we can come in during the school day.
Are you ready for that? Remember, King Herod built it to control the temple. Today we won't see the temple, we will see the Dome of the Rock.
Right.
But from an angle that only few will be able to see. Yes, indeed.
Oh my goodness.
Herod, let me hug you. Let me hug you. Is that amazing? Is that? Indeed. Now, let me show you what you can see from here. Okay, got it. Al-Aqsa. The Dome of the Rock is where Muhammad ascended into heaven to meet God himself. But before that, that was the Jewish temple, which was between 2 to 3 times higher than the Dome of the Rock.
At least twice. It was huge. And these days, Jerusalem, it wasn't so special for the Romans, it was more special for the Jews. But the Romans decided to build a fortress where we're standing because this is the highest and the closer area.
Wow.
So as a Roman, they can control what's going on during the holiday of the Jews. And when they condemned Jesus, it was Passover. This is the reason why Pontius Pilatus was coming from Caesarea, which is the capital of the Roman.
Been there, done that.
To Jerusalem, sitting in the Antonia fortress, and he made the court in this location. So for us as a Christian, this is the first station where they condemn Jesus.
Wow.
He's an Armenian.
Christian and Jew, we believe this is Mount Moriah.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
Abraham Christ who cut his
Yeah,
son
yeah,
Isaac.
yeah. This is Mount Moriah.
This mountain Muhammad was sending to the heaven.
That is
to
correct.
Islam, and he come back.
Yeah, and he got the 5 prayers of a day. You know that Muslims prays 5 times a day.
Yes.
So if you said 3 of you here, we take you nice.
Yes. Yes. No, Aaron, go and stand next to them. Go and stand at the back. Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But I want, the Dome of the Rock, you can see it from here. Smile like you've never been here before. Excellent.